Bismillah. Some questions feel scary to say out loud, not because they're bad, but because they're big. One of the biggest questions is, does Allah really exist? And then another question comes right after. If everything has a maker, then who made Allah? If you ever thought this, or if you ever worried about it, listen, you are not evil for asking. You're not a bad Muslim for asking that. Sometimes a question is not doubt. Sometimes it's the heart trying to understand. One day, I was walking in my neighborhood with my daughter. She's 4 years old, while she was riding her scooter, and I'm just walking next to her and watching her like a father does. Then she says something that surprised me. Daddy, do you know Allah created Himself? When she said that, I stopped inside because I realized even children ask deep questions, and I thought to myself, if someone asks me, prove Allah exists, what would I say? Not to fight, not to debate, just so that I can explain the truth with mercy. So while she was scootering, my mind started traveling. First, we correct one thing. This is key. We do not say Allah created Himself, because that can make it sound like Allah had a beginning, like Allah developed, like Allah changed. The correct Islamic belief is simple and powerful. Allah is not created. Allah is eternal. Allah always existed. Allah says in the Qur'an, Surah Al-Hadid, Ayah 3, He is the first and the last. Surah Al-Hadid, 57-3. Everything in creation has a start, but Allah is the one who created starts. So, the question, who created Allah, is built on a wrong assumption. It assumes Allah is created like us. Allah is not like creation. Now, think about your everyday life. A phone doesn't appear from nothing, right? A car doesn't build itself. A book doesn't write itself. So we accept a basic rule. Things that begin have causes. Things that are made have makers. The universe has signs of beginning, time, change, life, order, laws, and balance. So it's reasonable to say that creation has a creator. But then comes the question, okay, who created the creator? And here's the calm answer. That rule applies to created things, things that begin. Allah does not begin. Allah is uncreated. Let me explain it with a simple picture that even a child understands and an adult respects. Now, imagine a lamp is on. You ask, why is the lamp on? Because it has electricity. Then you ask, where did the electricity come from? From the wires. Then, where did the wires get it? From the power station. Now, someone smart asks the next question. Okay, who created the power? Perfect. That's a good question. And the answer to this is, in real life, electricity is produced from created things, like the sun, water, fuel, machines. So here's the real lesson. This lamp is not the source. The power station is not the ultimate source. The fuel is not the ultimate source. Even the laws that make energy possible are not self-explaining. Everything in this chain is dependent. So, the lamp example is not saying electricity is eternal. It's just an example for you to understand my logic behind what I'm trying to tell you. And it's showing one idea. Creation depends. And when you follow dependency far enough, you reach to the final question. If everything is dependent, then what is everything depending on? Because if you say it's dependent on something else forever and ever with no first source, then nothing would ever begin. Did you understand what I just said? If not, please listen one more time, because if you say it's dependent on something else, forever and ever with no first source, then nothing would ever begin. So, there must be one reality that is not dependent, not borrowed, and not created. That is Allah. Allah is not electricity. Allah is the one who gives existence and sustains everything, with an adult level example, but still simple. Everything you have is borrowed in this life. Your life is borrowed. Your health is borrowed. Your breath is borrowed, and your youth is borrowed. Even the strongest human is one fever away from weakness. Even the richest human can't buy one extra second when death comes. So, if everything is borrowed, then who owns it? If every single thing depends on something else, then there must be one who does not depend, one who is not powered, one who is not supported, one who does not begin. That is Allah. This is why your heart feels restless when it runs away, because the soul is searching for its owner, Allah. Allah teaches with questions that wake the mind. Allah says in the Qur'an, Surah At-Tur, Ayah 35, were they created by nothing, or were they their own creators? Surah At-Tur 52:35. Your heart already knows. Nothing can produce something. You can't create yourself because you had to exist first. You didn't design the universe. So, what remains? A creator beyond creation. And that creator cannot be created. Now listen carefully. This is where it becomes real. Sometimes, the reason people don't accept Allah is not because proofs are missing. Sometimes, the reason is the nafs. The nafs wants lust. The nafs wants ego. And the nafs wants a quick pleasure. The nafs wants to do what it wants with no consequences. So when Allah says, don't do this, the nafs says, why not? And here's what happens. The mind becomes a lawyer for the nafs. It starts searching for excuses, not always because the brain wants truth, but because desire wants freedom. But that freedom is a lie, because sin feels sweet for a moment, then it becomes chains. The nafs promises pleasure, but it delivers slavery. And worship looks heavy at first, but it becomes real freedom. So, if you are struggling, don't just ask, prove Allah exists. Ask something deeper. Why is my nafs fighting the truth? That question wakes hearts. You were not created to chase desires until you die. You were not created to serve your ego. You were created for something higher, to know Allah. I want you to listen to this one more time. You were not created to serve your ego. You were created for something higher, to know Allah, to return to Allah, to purify the heart, to become a person of truth. Every time you control your eyes, your heart becomes stronger. Every time you stop haram, your soul becomes lighter. Every time you pray, your heart cleans. And every time you follow the evil path, it doesn't end with fun. It ends with darkness, guilt, confusion, and emptiness. So Allah calls you back, not to punish you, but to rescue you. So, what do we say when someone asks, who created Allah? We say gently, that question assumes Allah is created, but Allah is not created. Allah is eternal, and we add, created things need a creator, but Allah is the creator, uncreated, sustaining everything. No mocking, no arrogance, because many hearts are asking because they want peace. Now, come back to yourself. Your heart beats without permission. Your body heals without you commanding it. Your tears come when your words fail. All of that is a sign that you are not the owner. You are a servant, and the servant is safest when he returns to his Lord. So don't let lust drive you. Don't let ego blind you. Don't let the evil path dress itself as freedom. Real freedom is a clean heart. Ask Allah sincerely, O Allah, guide my heart, purify my nafs, bring me close to you. May Allah wake our hearts. May Allah heal our wounds. May Allah guide us gently back to Him. Ameen.